Guys who got told no during a failed marriage proposal. What happened afterwards? My mom's boyfriend proposed to her 3 months into dating. She was 40, had one disastrous marriage and subsequent divorce under her belt by that time, and felt like it was too soon in the relationship to be talking marriage. He accepted her. No, but said he wouldn't ask again, and he hasn't. They've been together 25 plus years now and never married. We'd been joking around about it for months. I'd ask sarcastically in the most unromantic way. She'd say no. We'd laugh and move on with our day. I'd apparently conditioned her so well that when I asked for real, she flippantly turned me down, and everyone around me either gasped or got this real awkward look on their face. She changed her tune shit quick when she actually looked and saw me holding the ring. We've been married 17 years now. Good times. I had a foreign student at my university, I'd only spoken to on the phone a few times and whom I'd never met, call my father on Christmas morning of my freshman year. He asked my dad for my hand in marriage. They talked for ages, and my stupid father said yes. He was so out of touch with my life, he assumed the guy was my boyfriend. My dad thought I'd be thrilled, the idiot. She was graduating with her master's. I still had 2 years left for my PhD. I floated the idea privately. She said, "If you ask me formally, I will say yes. But if you really love me, give me a year to prove to myself that I can live on my own." I said, no problem. She moved to her job, down in New Jersey. Next I heard of her, she was engaged to another guy I knew. I took that as another bullet dodged, another life lesson learned. Was with a girl for a couple years. I started talking about getting married. She was up for it, but kinda distant about it. I take her out ring shopping and she breaks down. Tells me she can't marry me. I was really confused. I thought things were going great. Turns out I was just the guy taking care of her until her ex gets out of prison. I paid for her schooling, helped her get off drugs. We were looking at houses. I thought we were making a life together. She left me not long after that. He got out of prison a few months later. She went back to stripping. I ran into them a few times. I guess she's happy. Technically, she said yes. But then we went to surprise her family with the good news, and her parents immediately told us to break it off. She was not going to spend her entire remaining life with a black man. We just broke up and moved on. I found a way better girl from a non-racist family. We're married with 3 kids now and doing great. Ex is a drug addict in Kentucky, but at least she's married to a white man. Living paycheck to paycheck. Not the guy here, but the naysayer. He had just finished a 1,000-mile solo cycling tour, and I met him at the finish. I was so caught up in his achievement that I did not see the proposal coming, and I was shocked. So I told him right there, "I love you, but I can't give you an answer right now." Of course, there were tears, and we both called family members and then continued on our planned holiday. We had such a good time on our holidays, and were able to enjoy each other's company like normal. So I figured that if we can handle this bump in the road this well, we are a great team. And at the end of the holiday, I told him I would love to marry him. That was 7 years ago, and I haven't regretted my decision for a second. I simply needed time to process a life-changing choice, and my partner was mature enough to understand this. Not my story, but told from our jeweler when we were buying our wedding bands. So a guy comes in to buy an engagement ring. The jeweler sits down with him to talk about design, cost, and what have you. Our jeweler always asks people about how they are going to propose. She likes to share in the excitement. The guy brags about how he is going to propose to his GF at a ball game, on the big screen in front of the entire stadium while his favorite team plays. As the guy is speaking, our jeweler notices that everything is centered around the guy. From the ring to the proposal. No mention of what his GF likes. Our jeweler gets a bad feeling, but she sells him the ring. Not long after, the guy comes back in with the ring. The GF said no, which really didn't surprise the jeweler. Guys, if you're reading this thread and want one strong takeaway from it, always talk to your significant other and make sure they want to marry you before proposing. I know the movies from the old days make it seem like it should be a surprise, but it really shouldn't be. It should be something you've been talking about for a while, and it should come after you have had multiple talks about your future together. No one likes to have to devastate someone, and a lot of hurt feelings can be avoided by communication. Let the moment that you propose be a surprise, but the fact that you would propose at all be pre-established. My friend proposed once, and she said no. It was very early in their relationship. She said she only feels comfortable marrying him if he bought a house first. 10 years later, he's afraid to ask her again, because she has a standard of how she wants to be proposed, with a fireworks show, a tropical beach area with all her friends watching, and a big diamond-size ring like the videos she's seen on TikTok. But now all of her friends are getting married around her, so she now wants him to propose again. It's a weird waiting game for the both of them. I used to date a guy who was in a band that had a bit of a cult following. They agreed to never let someone propose from stage again after an incident where a dude proposed on stage, and she said yes. But everyone could tell it was a no. He showed up at a show a few months later, single. They said it was a big vibe killer for the show. Asked this girl to marry me, and she said no because I didn't ask her right. I don't know exactly why, but it didn't bother me much. We had a strange history, and it just seemed like par for the course. About a year later, I met someone else and we will be celebrating 31 years in a few weeks. Sometimes things do work out for the best.